really good team win, character win. I thought our team played with urgency. You got to have a different mindset if there's going to be a slugfest established early, and that was quite evident from the get-go with Oklahoma State hitting a double and 2 home runs and scoring 3 runs in the first inning. So it was a different mindset right from there on what the day was going to entail, and I thought our guys answered it phenomenally. They come back from a 4-0 lead, 4-0 deficit. Came back from a 2-run deficit, and then late came back from a 5-run deficit. So that is resiliency at its best. And as a head coach, you just want to see how your team responds when bad things happen and when they're behind. And geez, they checked all the boxes for me today. That was a really good win by our team, and had some great individual performances. Beer Madliak got some big hits, which you would expect out of your senior, and he did a great job. And really up and down the lineup, we had a lot of kids do some great things. And, you know, it was a difficult day to pitch, and Lincoln showed how mature he was. You know, by keep throwing the ball down the plate, and you know, sometimes a fly ball is going to creep over the fence, and sometimes they're going to hit a good pitch. They're a really good hitting team. But you know, Lincoln's maturity kept us in that game. Miles Smith came in and did a really good job, made one mistake. And then Adam Arthur was just, again, back-to-back nights, and it's tough to do that. And was all over the strike zone and had a lively fastball. So really good team win, and great to win a series at home. You know, that's what you're supposed to do at home. You're supposed to win series, and our guys did a great job today, showing up, ready to go, and seizing an opportunity.
You've been winning on Friday, but Saturdays have been tough. Did you feel like you cleared a hurdle today by just winning on a Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we lost. To me, we lost an opportunity last week. We win a tight game at home on Friday night against TCU, and you're at home. You have to win the series, and when you're at home, you have to win that series, and we did not. And it's been discussed all week about lost opportunities and urgency and taking advantage of situations like being the home team in this league. And we did not do that last weekend, so fired up to see our boys respond to that and make the adjustments and come out and play hard and keep fighting to get this series win at home.
Adam Arthur, you mentioned Lincoln, so I'd like to ask about Adam. You know, his last 3 outings, he hasn't given up a run, barely any hits, and this was his longest one of that stretch. You know, what kind of rhythm is he in right now?
He's feeling it. You know, there's nothing like a confident athlete. You can see it in his body language, and you can see it in the results. But we have no problem. Obviously, you saw it today. We have no problem giving him the ball in high leverage situations, and he's been probably our most consistent guy coming out of the bullpen this year, and he's someone we feel real comfortable getting the ball to. But yeah, he presents a different look. There's a lot of deception there, and there's a lively fastball there, and you just don't see that in college baseball very often. And none of that means anything if you don't throw strikes. And he's been filling up the zone and making all the pitches.
And those last couple of innings were very exciting. Like you mentioned, the big comeback there a couple of times. But one particular play I want to ask about is the Vasco play at the plate, where he gets sent from third. If you had a camera angle from your eyeballs, you probably had the best angle. Did you feel like he wasn't tagged, or did you just want to take a chance and see what the camera saw?
I'm always going to use a video review when a run's involved, and especially late. It was bang bang, could have gone either way, and it was communicated back to us that if that play was called safe on the field, it would not have gotten overturned. So it was that close of a play. If it was safe, they would have called him safe after the review. And That's the send. That's the call. You have to do it, right? You can't bank on getting back-to-back hits with 2 outs. With 2 outs, you send them and make them make a play, and they made a play. A lot of things have to go right for them to make a play. It was big. Kid made a good throw, and for us to have it that close, it was. That's what you want to do. Put pressure on the defense, make them make a play late in the game.
Santaro, back-to-back home runs. He's always smiling. What kind of asset has he been to the team?
He's just, like you said, he's always smiling. He's a consistent personality, which is always nice to have in your clubhouse. He's an absolute student of the game. His baseball acumen is through the roof. And even where there may be a language barrier and things that might get lost in communication, it is always on point with the baseball. And he's been fun to coach. I think he's such a talented player. His hands are, at a different level, and defensively and offensively, he can do things with the bat none of our guys can do. But just look at this day and age. He's on the other side of the planet, and he has been for a while, chasing his craft and his dream. He sent him to a junior college in Nebraska from Japan. That's a long way away, and the language isn't is strong when he went to the junior college. So that's a kid that's going to grind and keep working, even though things are uncomfortable with weather, with a different country, with language, new teammates that don't speak your language. That's a lot. I mean, this day and age, some of these kids can't fill up their own gas tanks at the gas station by themselves, and that's true. Mm-hmm. And he's on the other side of the planet by himself, away from his family, playing at the highest level of college baseball and all that entails, and doing it on his own. So that's a heck of a lot of respect for Shintaro the person. And that was an easy one to get involved with because I just knew the makeup and the character had to be through the roof for him to take that leap and to be on his own. And I knew he could grind through a lot of things, which he didn't know it, but I knew it. That's the Kansas State way.
How about just from the outset? I mean, the universal language is baseball. He comes here, and there is a language barrier. How were you able to work past that?
I think Thomas is a really good guy for you to talk to. Thomas is his positional coach, but Thomas is picking up bits and pieces of Japanese every day. He learns a word from Shintaro so they can communicate in game, because it's easier for. Last year, we had scouting report for everybody, and then a scouting report for Shintaro, which was done in Japanese. This year, he says, I don't need it, I'm good with that. But the on-field communication from the dugout, Thomas has been doing that in bits and pieces in Japanese. But as far as the game, he knows the situations. You don't need too many words in English to describe what's going on, because he knows it, man. He's on it. And they teach the game a little bit differently over there in certain situations. And we let him play with how he's learned the game in Japan. And for instance, how to field, the mechanics of fielding a ground ball to the left side of your body. Mm-hmm. In America, we attack. Japan, they kind of let it ride and get the big hop back here. Mm-hmm. I don't mess with Shintaro. That's how he does it. The ball's in his glove. We get outs. He's not doing it just because it's the American way. That's how he's learned. That's how he's comfortable. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we don't fight him when he's doing things his way that he's learned, because they're all very sound. And it's just a pleasure. And I learned the game from. I learned a couple things from him last year on how they taught the game in Japan. So we're all listening to the way he plays the game, and we're all learning. He's learning. And, hopefully, he's having the time of his life. He's got some more baseball to play in his lifetime too.
Beautiful.
All right.